Hi, welcome to Orchids with Barney, and here we've got this really cool Pychopsis Mariposa Green Valley, which is also called the butterfly orchid, which you can kind of see from these amazing flowers, maybe with a butterfly antenna and a butterfly wings or whatever. So it's got this really cool brown yellow flowers, quite mahogany sort of brown. It looks actually, it's lighter brown in real life than the video is showing. Amazingly, I've got 3 flowers on this. Now, these are famous for having sequential flowering. So if you look just behind the flower, you can see that there is a green bud just in there. This green bud there. And so that's going to be the next flower. So when any one of these flowers gets a bit old, the flower will fall off. And then a couple of months later, this bud will develop and then the new flower opens. Now, what's really amazing with this one, and I got this in spike, so I take no credit for blooming it, is that if you follow down this flower spike here, it actually splits. I'll just go a little bit lower. So you can see here where it splits, just at this point. So I actually think that this looks like it was maybe a bit fasciated, the stem, because it's got that typical fasciation of being sort of quite, I guess, like a ovalish in its cross section. And then we've got a normal flower spike developing here with just the one flower at the top. So I'd be really lucky because I've got 3 flowers out of 2, originating 2 spikes from the base of the plant. So that's great. You can see it's got plain green leaves. I potted it into bark when it arrived because it wasn't, it needed repotting really. And you can see some roots are developing. There we go, which is great. So I'm very happy with it. Keep it relatively damp. I don't let it dry too long between watering because I don't want the plant to be too stressed, and from what I've read, it doesn't like to dry out too long between watering, especially when it's in flower. No scent to the flowers, but they're quite a decent size and they make a really cool show. And because they're so high, I'm just going to come back a little bit. They're really high on above the plant, so they display really cool way to display them, and they're quite showy from a distance. So overall, I'd say it's a really great plant to grow, and because these flower spikes will go for years reflowering from new buds, so never cut these flower spikes when they are green, only ever cut them if they ever go brown, and you've got flowers for years on them. So in theory, what should happen is it will send out new, at some point a new growth, get another leaf, another pseudobulb, and then hopefully a 4th flower spike. And so eventually you can have, maybe 5, 6, 7, 8 flower spikes, potentially on really well-grown specimens. So that's what I'm aiming for. But there we go. That's Pychopsis Mariposa Green Valley in flower and looking fantastic.